At how you drag and drop between two windows when you can see both windows at the same time. So I'm going to go up to the window menu, choose the Arrange command, and choose Float in Window. And that way I have the white wall image floating independently of my layered composition in the background. I'll go ahead and zoom out here a little bit so that I can take in the entire image. And now I'll once again switch to the Move tool. And by the way, when I say the shortcut for the Move tool is the V key, there are no modifier keys involved. You just press V by itself. Now, if you're working along with me, you move your cursor into the stucco image and then drag the image into the other piece of artwork and drop it into place. Problem is, notice that the stucco is not centered with respect to the rest of the artwork. Well, you can center it using a special trick. So I'll go ahead and undo that modification by pressing Ctrl-Z or Command-Z on the Mac, but it doesn't seem to work. And that's because the white wall image over here is active. Nothing's been done in that image. The change happened over in the other file. So I'll click inside that image window to make it active. Then I can go up to the Edit menu and choose the Undo command, or as I say, press Ctrl-Z on the PC or Command-Z on the Mac. Now I'll show you how to center the image on the drop. It's a little tricky, but once you understand how it works, it's a great trick. I'll go ahead and click inside the whitewall.jpg image to make it active again. Then I'll drag the artwork over into the other image file, and before I release, I still have my mouse button down. I'll press and hold the Shift key, keep that key down, and then release. And notice that the white wall is centered in its new home. It's hard to see that it's centered because the layer is actually larger than the canvas being the physical perimeter of the image. If I click inside the image to make it active, and then I zoom out a little bit, I can find how big the artwork is by going up to the Edit menu and choosing the Free Transform command. Or once again, you can press Ctrl-T or Command-T on the Mac. And notice, sure enough, this bounding box shows me that the wall is centered. So again, when you're dragging and dropping, if you press the Shift key on the drop, you center the layer into place. Also worth noting, however, is the fact that a layer, any one layer, can be larger than the image. So you do have some wiggle room when you're working inside of Photoshop. All right, I'm just going to press the Escape key to escape out of the Free Transform mode, because as it just so happens, I don't want to scale this layer. Now I'm going to get rid of this floating window here by going up to the Window menu, choosing the Arrange command, and choosing Consolidate All to Tabs. And now I want you to notice, just for the sake of confirmation, we have a new layer here inside the Layers panel. However, I want to show you one more way to perform a drag and drop, just so you know. So I'm going to press the Backspace key or the Delete key on the Mac, which automatically gets rid of the active layer. Now I'm going to switch back to that whitewall.jpg file and press Ctrl-0 or Command-0 on the Mac to fit the image to the screen. When you're working in a consolidated view, in other words, you can't see the other image, the drop image, you can only see its tab, here's what you do. You drag the image as before, you drag it up to the tab and you hold for a second. You have to hold on that tab until the other image comes into view. Then you move your cursor back into the image window and you drop. And that allows you to perform a drag and drop between tabbed windows. What about if you want to go ahead and center the image as you drop it? Well then, I'll press Ctrl-Z or Command-Z on the Mac once again and switch back to the white wall image. You do the same thing. That is, you drag the image all the way up to the tab, wait for it to switch to the other image, move your cursor back into the image window, keep that cursor down, press and hold the Shift key, and then release, and you'll go ahead and center that wall into place. And again, you can confirm the centering by pressing Ctrl-T or Command-T on a Mac. And sure enough, we have a centered bounding box, so I can press the Escape key to abandon the Free Transform mode. And those are your various ways to drag and drop images into a layered composition.